I'm Kate Russell. A week from today, Marylanders will cast their ballot. Coming up on Maryland Newsline, I'll tell you why officials say they're ready. I'm Kate Russell, and coming up on Maryland Newsline, I'll tell you why the leader of one environmental group says his rights were violated. People are cutting back on gas and luxury expenses, and some are having to part with pets, who they consider are members of their family. Mobley says she's worried about the state of the economy, but it's not a dwindling retirement plan that concerns her. Like so many, she's just trying to survive, and she says it's getting harder. I'm Kate Russell, and I'll tell you about one celebration honoring veterans who are often forgotten. Maryland Newsline starts now. Horses are Kelly Bailey's life. She's trained thoroughbreds for 10 years. Before that, she was a jockey, and before that, a horse owner.
This is Doha. Doha was in the third race today in the Maryland Million.
In her race, Doha came in out of the money. But the big winner here is the entire horse industry. Only Maryland horses race in the Maryland Million, for purses totaling almost $2 million.
It's a big day for us, because all our, everybody who breeds in Maryland, their foals are able to run on this day.
Bailey is one of almost 20,000 people in the state who makes her living in the horse industry, an industry with deep roots in Maryland. But the odds are against Maryland breeders. They say November's vote on slots could make or break the industry. Many here say that without slots, Maryland's racetracks are losing ground against other states.
If you were here 12 years ago, we were the undisputed king of the Mid-Atlantic, and now we are at the bottom of the food chain.
If the referendum passes, the horse industry would get 7% of slots revenue for purses and another 2.5% for track renovation, probably about $60 million a year. So a lot at stake for Kelly Bailey and the thousands like her in the business.
And I'd love to stay in Maryland because this is home. But you'd have to go where the money is.
But as the run-up to the slots vote enters the home stretch, it's even money which side will end up in the winner's circle. In Laurel, I'm Kate Russell, Maryland Newsline. Students at Bethesda Chevy Chase High School cross these streets every day, and officials say it's getting more and more dangerous.
The mix of motor vehicles and pedestrians and bicyclists has made the simple act of crossing the street a death-defying act.
Today, leaders from Washington, Maryland, and Virginia announced the Fall Street Smart campaign. The campaign's focus is to raise awareness of pedestrian safety and highlight efforts to protect school children throughout the region. Officials say these children's safety depends on 3 E's: engineering, education, and enforcement.
Every law enforcement agency in this region has a continuing and a consistent commitment to carrying out all of the enforcement efforts that will support this Fall Street Smart initiative.
Police say pedestrians are also responsible for their own safety. Staying alert, staying in the crosswalks, and obeying signals are key in avoiding accidents.
And pedestrians, too, have to be aware of the fact that even though they may believe that the cars see them and are aware of them, they can't take anything for granted.
With the education of this program, the engineering of city planners, and the enforcement of police, the leaders today said they hope to avoid another E often associated with pedestrian traffic: emergency. In Bethesda, I'm Kate Russell, Maryland Newsline. A hometown welcome for a vice presidential candidate at the University of Delaware. Under a clear blue sky, the man who hopes to be the first vice president from the nation's first state let everyone know how it feels to be home.
This place just keeps getting better and better and better and better and better and better and better.
It was also a reunion of sorts for the Bidens. They were joined on stage by his family. Even the senator's 91-year-old mother was in the crowd. Biden and his wife Jill went to the University of Delaware.
I'm from the University of Delaware in '65. I mean, it's a pretty big thing, considering it's a small state. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's like a family. So you have a family member going in the White House.
The senator said Barack Obama is the president this moment demands.
I believe this country is ready to make the sacrifices necessary and to embrace the change we need to restore the hope of our people and once again, become the beacon of light for the entire world.
Biden asked rally-goers for more than just their vote, but for their help to win swing states, like nearby Pennsylvania.
We need you to bring others along, to make the phone calls, to knock on doors.
And the Blue Hens faithful say they're up to the challenge.
I'm going into Philadelphia after I pack my bag. We do not have to accept things the way they are. We can change them. We can change them.
In 4 days, the nation will decide just how much change it wants. In Newark, Delaware, I'm Kate Russell, Maryland Newsline. Today, almost 150 5th and 6th graders faced off at the Columbia Heights Education Center in the 4th annual GeoPlunge Challenge.
It is a fierce competition, but to me it's most important that they are learning and having fun at the same time.
Alan Fischel created the GeoPlunge card game. The telecom attorney says he wanted to use his creativity to help kids.
Turned out that my soccer team that I was coaching when my son was in 4th grade really didn't know where Miami was. They did not know where Los Angeles was.
It started as a competition between 3 classrooms in one school. Now it's an annual event that draws students from more than 40 schools around the city.
11-year-old Sophia Wallace says it's about more than geography.
If we win, it's going to say to a lot of people, Southeast Washington is really a good place. Most people just get for the crime rate and for just because people get killed there and because of bad things that happen. But a lot of smart, intelligent kids come out of Southeast.
I think it's been a great success. It's really been a lot of fun for the kids. We've heard unbelievable stories of how it's changed kids' lives.
Today, defending champions J.O. Wilson took home the trophy again, but Sophia didn't lose spirit.
I think I come out every year, and I think we'll be the champions.
And it's that attitude that won the team from Hart Middle School a special award for enthusiasm. In Northwest Washington, I'm Kate Russell, Maryland Newsline.